Why do I need a cigarette? Because I smoke. Right now I'm a little bit nicotine deficient. Hello guys. They say we're live. I'm not sure. I can't tell. Out there, if anybody out there can contact me on the, I guess it says top chat. What does it say? I guess it does. Welcome to live chat. Blah blah blah. Let's see and blah 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 blah. Say something that says blah blah. Can you hear me? Anybody out there? Can you hear me? Anybody hear me? Uh-oh. I can't. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear anything. We are going to go back here. We're going to collapse the stream right here. My keyboard is messed up here. This is my erstwhile, it's the third, actually this is the third, computer with, keyboard that I've ever owned, and I got it after the house fire, and it was, it's not a real expensive one. I had owned one of the same type of version of this, but a cheaper version. It had a inferior picture, and it lasted a while until my spilling of beer and coffee ruined it. The beer knocked it out temporarily, but the coffee, with its cream and its sugar and stickiness, extra stickiness, worse than beer. Totally hate it. So then I bought a used computer from a used laptop from. I'd never had a home computer. And so I bought a used laptop from somebody, and I said, well, I don't mind buying it, but I don't want the battery to die after 2 months. Well, it was actually 3 months, and so I'll probably never buy a used computer ever again. I think new is the way to go with them, and there's all kinds of reasons. So anyway, this is my third one. It's the third one I've had. So when it comes to computers, when it comes to even smartphones, I'm way behind elementary school kids. I mean, they usually pick stuff up. My son, when he was in elementary school, knew far, far, far more than I did about a lot of things technical. He grew up, his older brother played video games and was into electronic gadgets, computer stuff. So he picked it up from his brother and his mom, they used computers a lot because they used computers, and my mother had one, a home computer. I tried to stay away from it because my son was into it and everybody else wanted to use it. I didn't want to go in there. I was scared I would mess up, and I did once or twice, which was kind of not very cool. I think I put some charges on it that I didn't know what I was doing. So really, it's taken me a long time. I'm not so gun shy now. It's very rare that I have to call somebody up and beg for help. I used to have to do that a couple of years ago, up until about even after the house burned down, and we were living over off in the other house, the rental. Even then, sometimes I would get scared and I would ask my secretary to help me. Now I don't have much of anybody to help me. There are things that I won't go to because I'm afraid that I'll mess it up or something, you know what I mean? And so, but I'll try to remember if somebody comes over, hey, would you check this out for me? And most of the time I forget because I'm just so happy to see somebody. I'm like, oh, hi, somebody's stopping by. We got a million questions, how you been, this and that. So anyway, right now, I've been being gang stalked ever since about the time of the fire, I guess, and I didn't know it for the longest time. If you know what gang stalking is, it's a pretty serious business. And, somebody put me onto the gang stalkers, and I know why they did it. They put me onto them so they could hide their own imperfections, their own sins, their own whatever you want to call it. They can hide it by pointing at me and saying how bad I was and look what I was doing and all this kind of stuff. And the gang stalkers, they went off and they loved beating me up. So right now, even as I'm sitting here, I'm catching hell. I mean, it was really hard to even get on camera because this place is shaking so bad. I mean, this is like my bones hurt. I mean, I don't know how they do it. I don't know if it's radiation or what. But like when I went to get coffee this morning, I had to leave out of here about, I don't know what time it was, sometime around 3 or something this morning. I was getting hit with so much, some kind of radiation, something. When I left here, I felt like I had a sunburn. My whole back, my shoulders, it felt like I had a sunburn. And I mean, even as I'm breathing, I felt like I had a sunburn. I was like, what the heck is going on here? And so I went out and I got some coffee out of this place I go. And, uh, and I was riding back and I had to change my batteries. And these people are coming down the highway, and it's like a lot of them are, they pull in the morning. There's not a whole lot of traffic out. There's a lot this morning because of me, I'm sure. They're after me to intimidate me, to use scare tactics on me, intimidation tactics, which reminds me a lot of what the Nazis were doing, prior to World War II. They were using intimidation, loud exhaust systems. I mean, this stuff is very serious. It's not just that, but I mean, this stuff to where they can make my bones hurt, my hips, my back, my knees, my legs hurt so bad that I can't freaking walk. If I move wrong and I go, it's like intense pain. I mean, and this is what's happening to me. This is what's been happening to me. It's been getting worse, and they won't stop. And I don't know how they won't listen to reason. They won't listen to crap. These people that did this set this up so well, and they had so many bribes. And I guess, we could say maybe they ran so much dope and were making so much money they could bribe the people to lie about me. Now, these people that lie about me, some of them stay with me. Some of them were coerced. Some of them were forced to. Some of them were all too happy because I have the same, well, in one form of my name is the same name as somebody else that's a lot younger than me. We're not related, except maybe distantly over generations. But the thing is, the only people that have known me since the fire, these people come up to me, they feel like I've had people say, I feel like you're a friend of mine. I've never met any of these people until after the fire. They were sent to me, and most of them have ripped me off or screwed me or stabbed me in the back somehow. It's like I make jokes about how, hey, have you gone to the banquet yet? What banquet? I fucked Randy banquet. Like, hey, how many people here have fucked Randy in the last 2 years? And everybody should raise their hands, they all clap, and they get I'm serious about that. And some people do it for dope. I've had a couple people tell me, it's all about the dope, man. I'm like, so that him telling me that lets me know in advance that he's going to steal from me. And that's exactly what they do. And so when they do, and I'm like, okay, so I just have to deal with it. Okay, well, I can't really, he did tell me in advance. I should have known that. I shouldn't have let him, but my God, some of the two-facedness I've seen, where somebody's so nice to me. Oh, well, we know you're not like that. Oh, man, you're the greatest guy behind your back, and I sometimes I hear, talking like, and I'm like, whoa, really? Yeah, two-faced, like way two-faced, and it's like to my face, oh, no, and then to somebody else, you're saying a whole different freaking ball game, like people that I've helped out, It's like I hear, oh, they're praising this, and I'm like, well, what about me? I guess I'm just a piece of crap, and I am, and that's what I'm portrayed in certain circles. Now, the thing I'm about to tell you, this is going to be a 3-part series, I believe, maybe 4 parts, I don't know. Because the first part, which I want to tell you, is going to be these are things that led up to the house fire and after the house fire. Now, before the fire, I think before the fire, these people were already moving in. And I had a discussion with the one guy about, my mom was fed up with the way that her and I were being treated. And me, I can roll the punch a little bit. I had to listen to my mom. And my mom was right. So I went and had a discussion with this guy, and we reached an agreement. And the agreement was tentative, and I told him, I said, now, hey, listen, and we talk like adults. I like talking to people like adults. I like somebody to come up to me and say, hey, if they got a problem with me, come and tell me. They even say, fuck you, and I'll say, whoa, fuck me, why? Because I don't want to be like that. You know, I mean, So anyway, but I didn't want to be this way to him. My mom wanted me to throw him out. I said, I can't do that. I said, that's not right, Mom. And I said, number two, I said, I'm not like that anymore. I said, I can't be like that. I said, I'd rather talk to him. And we had a discussion, and we reached a decision. We shook on it. I said, thanks, man. Thanks for, you know, talking to me and everything. And it took me about a week to figure out, hey, what are we going to do? I didn't go around broadcasting anything, and he knew that I was thinking about something. He was willing to meet me halfway. But whoever the powers that were run, I'm not sure. It was like real quick, the house caught fire and burned. I thought it was me, of course. I said, man, it was my bedroom, it was my lamp. I had somebody tell me fairly recently, somebody that said they were in the know. They said really what it was a total accident, and it wasn't supposed to be like that. But I didn't come walking in, so it was just like it was already what do you call it, blazing inferno by the time I opened the door and backdraft way back. And that was stupid of me, but I had to try something, man. I just it was from that day. From that day that happened, that night, whatever, that morning. That's I haven't had 2 days in a row that were decent. I've had a day that was decent here. Uh, you know, um, once in a while. I've had half a days that were good. I haven't had 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row where I felt comfortable, and that means laying down and sleeping and waking up and feeling good. Right now, I have all this stuff over my face. I know you can't see it. I'll show you in a better light later. This stuff's eating me up, and I don't know what to do about it. Nobody will help me, and it's very bad. It's some form of parasites were put on me. They came into my room to do this, and when I don't like sleeping at night. Even this house is even worse than the other one was because they had a chance to go through this and put all kinds of stuff in this house. And it's kind of, to me, it's a horror house. This used to be a place when I came home, when I came in this garage, I felt safe. I knew that somebody came up, they would knock. Nobody was just going to waltz in here and mess with me. But right now, I feel worse than I did up in the other house because the other house wasn't like a home. This house is no longer a home either. They have ruined this house. They have destroyed my faith and everything. And they have vilified me, crucified me, and now they're killing me. Right now, if you hear that noise, that ain't the air conditioner. I can shut that off. I don't want to because it'll get hot real quick. But right here, you hear the background noise. That's their doing. They have all kinds of what do you call it, sound emitters all over the place. They have some form of radiation emitters. They were hitting me hard with radiation this morning. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was infrared or what, but I felt like sunburn when I went for a ride. I felt like I had been hit with microwaves. It may have been. I don't know. I know they can do it. They think that their electricians are God. There are on the circuit breaker right over here. There are circuit breakers that have lights on them that can be controlled remotely. And when I urinate them too bad, they can click a breaker. They know. They hear every word I say. I have not one iota of privacy. But here's what gets me. These same people who say I'm the devil and I'm doing all this stuff, which they won't tell me what they think. I say, what do you think I'm doing? What do you think I'm doing? They won't tell me. They just hate me to hell, you know? And they won't tell me, and I'm not sure, but it can't be good because nobody will talk to me about it. I can't go up to somebody and say, hey, what are people saying about me? Nobody will say anything. It has to be super bad for somebody to be like that. I've seen them come into stores with me, behind me, in front of me, and talk to the cashier, for like 10 minutes. Like the other night, I'm this one place I go to get coffee. I usually go about 2, 3, 4 in the morning. There's no traffic. It's nice and cool. It cools me down if I'm hot. Hang out in the garage. No air conditioner. I got air conditioner right now. And the guy comes in. I don't. Some of these people now, I'm starting to see them by sight. I'm starting to recognize some of the vehicles. This guy comes in. He's in there for at least 10 minutes talking. And I'm sitting there and I'm outside because I thought she was going to come back out. And I usually, hang out and talk to her. He came out and she didn't come out. And I'm like, okay, she's busy. She's got work to do. But I would almost bet that the next time she won't be so friendly to me, That, and I swear, it's lies. It's not all lies. There's enough truth in there to make it plausible. But there's enough lies in there to make me seem really, really bad. Son of a dog, I'm not. And I told him I'm trying to cuss so much because it seems a lot of these people are God-fearing people. It seems like. I don't know. I've been lied to so much the last couple of years. I don't really trust them. There's not a single person in this county of Florida that I trust. Not one person that I trust. Not at all. There's not one person in this county at all that I trust. There's one person in another county that I trust some. I mean, seriously, I trust her some. And nobody I trust 100%. I trust some people a little bit. I trust some people as far as they can kick me. The way I've been kicked lately, I don't get any relief. I don't get nothing. So if I start laying this on the line, I'm going to use the wallet. Here's going to be my blackboard. And I'm going to have paper up there. I'm going to put stuff, maps, names, times. Maybe I'll use code names. Like someone's name is one thing. Maybe I'll say it's, I don't know how I would do it. Any of you guys suggest how I could do people's names without actually using their names? That might be kind of rude, but then again, most people would know. We could say, let's see, a girl with dragon tattoos or something like that, or chicken. I don't know, man. We have to figure that out. But we got to do it because, I don't think I want to put too many names out there. No, it's not something I want to do. I want to put what's going on, how it happened, and how, when I used to ride out in the woods out there, which I used to do all the time, I used to always ride out to the boonies, and back then I used to ride with usually no lights at all because I didn't go out for coffee or anything back then. Back then I'd usually take a couple of beers, I might take my binoculars, I would take my cigarettes, and usually a couple of the leaves. Leaves what I was taking back then, I think. Yeah. I'd take some leave and maybe a couple of beers. My back or my hips were hurting a little bit. They didn't hurt nearly as much as they do now. Of course, I wasn't being assaulted on a daily basis. I wasn't being poisoned on a daily basis. I wasn't being irradiated on a daily basis. I wasn't at all. Now I am. Now I'm being fully fucked. So, I say, because they say that, church people and I'm the devil, I say I'm being God fucked. Thanks for God fucking me. It's not bad enough that it ain't God smacked, it's God fucked. They're fucking me. They don't care about shit. If I tell them I'm not lying, that I'm telling the truth, they get 18 times as mad at me. Like I am lying. I'm not telling the truth. They think I'm a liar. They think I'm this, I'm that. The funny thing is I usually don't lie because I'm not very good at it. And that's the truth. Yes. certain people about me. Guess what? Yeah, you ask certain people about me, and they're gonna lie. So the one they're like this, toothpaste, toothpaste. And I didn't know for the longest time. Hey, oh God, no, not another one. So some people think when I see them coming from a mile, I'm like, man, another line of bullshit. All right, so here's what it is. Since I'm not very astute with smartphones or computers, you know, a computer to me was like a speed square. That's a computer. The World War II bombers had computers. You had to dial them. They were used. They were based on logarithms a lot of times. A lot of these little wheels that you see, like for your insulation, they are actually computers where they're using. It's almost like a slide. I had to use a slide rule back when I was in chemistry in 1970s. We took high school chemistry, and they had just started coming out with calculators that could do little more than add and subtract and divide and multiply. And then they had the log scale on it. Well, well, that solved a lot of stuff because with a slide rule, it's basically the same thing. Well, we had to take the first half of the first semester. We couldn't use our calculators in class. We had to use the slide rules, and we all had to have slide rules. We learned how to use the logarithmic slide rule. And then we eased into the calculators, which weren't very, they were nothing like the kids have today. But we didn't have computers or anything. We would they could justify us using the calculators. And then we did that for a year or two, and then it just got so commonplace. They're not going to make somebody buy a slide rule because what the hell? You don't need them anymore. But we had to do that, and that's what the World War II bomber computers. I knew a lot of people from World War II. The older guys. I'm a little bit older, so they weren't so old like they are now. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't mean you're old. I mean I'm old too. But all right. So anyway, what I mean is, like, I knew this guy that was, I think he was a bombardier, B-17 going over to Germany. Now, those guys, man, they caught hell, They're going over there, their buddies are getting shot out of the sky, man, they're dropping like flies. I mean, boy, if you can make it to the ground, you're an instant POW. And they're going to make you off, and it's, these are Air Force guys. How would you like to be a gunner and all this stuff? You're just like meat. So anyway, this guy was a bombardier. I don't think he got shot down. And I saw his bombing computer. You put the altitude, you put the wind speed, which direction, and everything, and it tell you when to release the bombs. And that was pretty cool. It interested me a lot because I was into aircraft at that time. A lot. I was really interested in. Knew a lot about reading about that stuff. World War II aircraft was my favorite aircraft to build. When I built tri-model aircraft. You built beautiful scale wood models. That's how I built. So anyway, are we getting to the story, or am I just told you stupid stories? All right. So anyway, I used to ride around in the boonies out there. It was my forte, so to speak. Well, I'm going to do a timeline. I think this thing should be. Let me start with a timeline. I think it'll start in February of 2018. I'm pretty good with time in my head. Pretty good with who and what and where with time in my head. So I think the story kind of begins somewhere around February of 2018, I believe. Now, if I have to correct myself, that's okay, because I don't care. This is as true as I can remember it. And believe me, I have not done a whole bunch of acid or coke or any kind. I've smoked pot, kind of regularly. I get high once in a while. I drank a lot. I used to drink a hell of a lot. I used to get in trouble. I'm drinking because well, God knows you got to watch yourself. And it took me a long time to smart enough or get old enough or whatever. I don't know what it was, or just get tired of drinking, or just your body didn't feel like it anymore. But so anyway, I don't drink nearly as much. I do like to drink a beer or two once in a while, It used to be when I worked and everything, and I was in the sun, and I'm working on that blazing heat, and I've worked for when you're young, those things are a little different. But when I was in my 20s with a bunch of young guys, and the boss buys beer after work every day, so you're kind of turning into a drunk, a lot of us, and you're out there sweating all day, and drink that first beer, and well, the next 8 go down real easy because you're just so dehydrated. You start very good. Next thing you know, you're drunk off your ass, you go home, you pass out. Really pissed off, you go pass out, and you get up in the morning, you go to work, and you do it every day, over and over and over. And, well, this is the way it was for a long time. So, not with everybody, but with me. And a lot of people. So anyway, I don't drink as much as I used to. My head's a little bit clearer. I've had periods of time when I was drinking where I didn't drink for one reason or another, um, for extended periods, and I found that every time I didn't drink for quite a while, I would, in those periods of sobriety when I used to be pretty drunk and everything, instead, I'd be thinking, well, a few things I like to think about. One was, what was I doing in October of 1992? What was I doing in December of 1987? And I found that I could remember a lot of those things. I could remember where I was, what I was doing. I remember Thanksgiving of 1995, laying on my back in a ditch in Harbor Heights, helping a buddy disconnect his Cadillac's differential on his drive shaft so we could tow it from Harbor Heights to, trying to think where, somewhere off of 41, and I'm laying on my back in a ditch and it's raining on Thanksgiving Day, and that was my Thanksgiving Day. And I got home late and I had ate by myself and I was cold and everything, but I had to help him because we worked together, and he had the driver's license and I didn't, and well, that's the way things go. So I found that I could remember a lot of things, that from the past, and I was pretty good at it, and my brain wasn't totally scrambled, and there are things, very few gaps in my memory. Sometimes there are. Sometimes things may be distorted. Sometimes I have a totally different view from things, like than somebody else might. So if there's any discrepancies that are like that, that's fine. But if there's some things that are like totally off the wall, and I say I'm not lying, well, I'm not lying, because that's the way I am. If I say I'm not lying, I'm not lying, and that's no bullshit. And so, all you God-fearing people, you need to re-examine your buddies. They may not be the God-fearing people you think they are. They may have ulterior motives and hidden agendas, because that's what they did to me. They came to me as friends, and look at me now. And I don't like yelling and screaming and cussing like I do. And you see me do it, and you smack me down, and you're smacking me now. Even though I'm sitting here and I'm going to give you an honest account, you're smacking me even when I'm sitting here. Well, praise your Lord, son of a bitch. Give you a call up and tell me about it, man. I want you. But I'm telling you from the beginning, we're not going to start right here. I'm going to work my way up. This is a 3-part series, at least, maybe 4. Number 1, February of 1919. God, I'm old. In February of 2018, I believe that's where our story should start. In February of 2018, I believe it's 2018, this one girl who I ran into, who shall remain nameless, but who has long, beautiful blonde hair. Some people like her, some people hate her, but she's an alright girl. And who cares? I do. But anyway, she's a friend of mine. And that means not a whole lot. It may be more of a curse than a good thing. But I try to. To me, a friend is a friend. A friend's a friend. It's not anything to do with buying or drugs or anything. It's just a friend. Hey, you're a friend. If I help you, I will. That's the way it is. Well, anyway, she had gone away, introduced me to this one guy. He was an alright guy, kind of. And And I used to have, this is my little office, what I used to call my office area. This used to be my office area. I'm trying to get back to it. It takes me a long time, you know. I don't even have my dresser over here. I can't move it, so it's going to take a while until I get it moved over here. Um, and what I do is, you know, but anyway, I had it where this area right here, the rest of the garage out there, I had it where I could wall this area off. I had this real thick insulation that's made out of foam. It was like, I don't know how big, it was over 2 inches or something, some crazy thickness. But I fit two pieces across here. It was like a wall. It was so cool. And I could have a little heater run back here. And it would keep the area warm. It was a fairly cold winter. I mean, we had cold nights. You know, at night I could put the pieces up. You know, I could sit back here and stay warm. And play my little computer thingy, listen to music. You know, that's normally what I like. I like the music a lot, and and hang out. And people would come over and hang out and party a little bit. And so my friend had gone and introduced me to this one dude. And he'd come over and he'd, hey, how you doing? You know, and he was kind of a kind of a connection and all. And sometimes he'd bring people over, and I tried to be nice. You know, hey, how you doing? And I tell you, almost everyone that I've met came off to me as, hey, these young people, dress nice, they speak nice, they seem like they're pretty good. I've got nice vehicles, for the most part. And I was really impressed. I was impressed that some of these people would come back and say hi and hang out with me, and talk. And well, when I first got osteomyelitis, and I'll say it like that because that's what it's like. When I first got osteomyelitis, it scared the hell out of me. I thought I might die, and I stayed in my bedroom in the dark for about a month or so, and I was scared. And then it kind of, I couldn't walk much. It was really scary. And well, then I realized, it doesn't seem to be spreading that much. And if I'm careful and don't overexert myself, I can do a little bit. And people would come over, and anything people did, so even walking through the house, I couldn't keep up with them, and I would try, and it would make me hurt. The more I worked, the more I exerted myself, the more it hurt. And I would start cussing because it would hurt. And I felt like they look at me like I was cussing because I was cussing them or something. And I'd be like, my blood pressure's skyrocketing. God damn it, the fucking pain hurts. And I had a place I used to fish a lot. And I built it for my bike years and years ago because I'd be out there fishing and the rains would come in and you could see the rain coming. I mean, a wall of blackness. If you've ever been to Florida and you've seen the rain coming over there, it turns black. It's thunder and lightning, and yes, it will shock you, and yes, you can, get, we don't have floods like, in some places, but I mean, if the water gets deep real quick, ankle deep, enough to wet your shoes. But anyway, it doesn't, generally it won't wash you away on down a mountain if you don't have it. So anyway, but I wanted a place where I could smoke a cigarette and drink a beer, and usually within an hour, the rain would go away. Just a half hour, an hour, this heavy rain, and then it's done. And here I would be out in the boonies where there's no houses at all. And here I'm riding my bike, and I'm completely dry, like 5 minutes after the rain stopped. How did you stay dry? And well, anyway, so I would go out there, and I had a couple of chairs and stuff. And there were times when I would go out there for a couple of years, almost every day, and I would take a lunch. And I would sit out there, and sometimes I'd take a book. Sometimes I had we called them Obama funds because if you got food stamps and I wasn't working, I got to work, I couldn't work, I couldn't walk anymore. I tried. The more I did, the worse it was. And so I got me an Obama funds. So I had food stamps, and I never sold my food stamps. I did it one time. I felt like an idiot because food stamps to me were worth more than selling some idiot that didn't care. Sorry about that. That's what it was. And I didn't, so to me it was worth more for food value than it was. And I got used to it, having, hey, And I stayed out there for a couple of years. I mean, I'd go out there in the morning, I'd stay out, I'd come in, and I got used to it. It was real quiet out there. I mean, there was no traffic sound except in the distance, there wasn't a whole lot going on out there. I could sit out there and be real calm and be real quiet all day. And there was there were times when hogs would come through there, wild hogs. And there was one time when a mama pig came out with three little babies, and I called to her and I pulled my lunch out and started eating it. And she just smelled this tuna sandwich, and she came over and shared my lunch with me. And she laid down under the pepper trees while I sat there and had my music down low and just hung out. But that's the kind of stuff I did for a couple of years, and it calmed me down. I kept calm, and I started thinking, okay, I need to do a little more. And my son was, with his mother, not too far away, and I really I always liked her, even when we were not together. She liked me too. But we never got back together, and she would come over a lot to be on the computer. But my son had a scholarship to college to an Ivy League school, a scholastic scholarship, and she would get on there and she would make sure that he had the grants he needed so he could eat and everything. And she died and kind of something. And well, he came to live with us, and when he did, even before then, he was in high school and stuff. And I was trying to clean up the house. It was hard for me, but because I was so embarrassed at myself, and I started trying a little harder, and I started doing more. And the more I did, the more I hurt, and the more this stuff spread. It was on the left side of my body. It spread throughout the rest of my body eventually, and it's not good, and it hurts, and the more I did, my blood pressure goes up, and I start getting real short-tempered real quick, and I can't help it. And that was why I stayed in the woods, because I would be cussing, and I felt like, well, it's not nice to be like that. And so here I was trying to, number one, my son's in high school, and I'm embarrassed because I'm not the way I should be. And so I'm trying harder to get the house clean and clean up. And I eventually got there, and he was in college, and she died. And he couldn't get the grants and stuff he needed. He came back, and he wasn't gonna live in the house, and he came and he was gonna stay with us, and I had to clean his room up and make sure that I kept the house cleaner than when it was just me and mom. Mom had her side, you know what I mean. And so I started trying harder, and it kind of got a little bit more short-tempered, but I still had the woods as my riding around release, where I'd go out in the middle of the night and ride around and sing karaoke. I don't have a whole bunch of teeth left, and when you sing karaoke, like if I was at a bar with a microphone, I'd probably sound like Sylvester Putty Cat. But I could go out there in the middle of the night and I could sing, and there was nobody out there, there was no house or anything, and it's 2 in the morning and I'm singing to my rock and roll or whatever I'm listening to, which usually was rock and roll. And I never had any complaints because there was nobody ever out there. This was a section where basically people would go fishing, people would go, if they went out there to do anything. If I saw somebody out there, and usually I rode with my lights off because I'd been there during the day, and I knew where every little spot of grass was, every little pothole, so I could get around out there. And then I started noticing things, strange things. Strange things like dogs, and I've got good eyesight too, night vision. Not like Superman or anything. I mean, when you ride around in the dark with no lights, you do improve your night vision capabilities, and mine were pretty good. So I'd be riding around, I'd look over, and I'd be flying sometimes because, I knew the roads, I knew, I wasn't going to run over gravel or anything and wipe out, so I could fly in certain areas, And by flying, my top speed of my bike used to be like 18 miles an hour. So you're telling me you're doing close to 20 and I'm coming and riding around, just flying through there. And there were times, sometimes when I would see a car parked off, and usually it was somebody out there making out or whatever, or drinking a beer, getting high or whatever they're doing. And I didn't bother them, they didn't bother me. Had no problem with that. And I wouldn't go into somebody's campground or anything if there was a trail, because there was times when I'd see a trail, and it'd be like you knew somebody was camping back there. You see a tent or smell smoke or something like, okay, so that's your camp. I'm not going to go back there at all. Um, and so I always respected people's space, so to speak. So anyway, come flying around the curve, the moon's out. Got fair light, I can see pretty good. Palmettos are only like, usually chest high, so I'm high. And I look over as I'm coming around the corner, and I look over. There's a guy standing in the palmettos over there. Well, wow, what's a guy standing over there? He's not hit it. He's like just kind of standing getting still. But I've been around out there, so my eyes are quick to pick on stuff like that. It wasn't so much an anomaly. It's just like, wow, I saw a guy, and I tell somebody, I saw somebody out there. Oh, you sure? You sure you're not just really high? No, I'm not that high. Not so high that I imagine see somebody out there when I did see somebody out there. And then the dogs, I started their dog barking. I'm like, wow, there'd be people go out there and dump stuff like, sometimes you go up and do leftover yard sale stuff. They got tags on. All the crap that wouldn't sell, throw it out. Throw out there. Somebody moves out or something dies. They clear the room out, dump stuff out there. Sometimes I find light bulbs. Hey, light bulbs cost money. Heck, yeah, I'll take the light bulbs home. Or sometimes bicycle stuff. So to me, it was like at the time I didn't have money. At that time, I didn't have much money. I had a little bit. I was really budgeting my money, and a lot. I was budgeting, I think, better than I do now. But I was, I didn't know a whole lot of people. And there were a few people, and the ones I knew were the younger people. I didn't. My old friends were the old working people. I wasn't hanging around them because they all remembered me as working, and they thought I was lazy or faking it or something. I don't look bad. They look bad. I see you walk across see you walk out in the driveway. You look fine. You get on your bike. You look fine. I said, yeah, I got to ride the bike now. I had to because I can't pedal anymore. I seen you pedal. You look fine. Yeah, because the battery was dying. Because I have to pedal, and I got to half. So I got to get home. So that's helpful. Anyway, so a lot of people to this day still think I'm faking it. And I'm sure that's part of the myth about me that I am faking it. Boy, let me tell you, I hurt like a son of a bitch. The only reason I can walk around a major store, like go grocery shopping, or to go somewhere to a major discount retailer or whatever, they have shopping buggies. And if I can get the weight off my hips and lower back, I can walk. I mean, on the shopping buggy. I can stand up sometimes if I can lean. On my bike, I can sit on my bike. I can stand by my bike because I can lean on the handlebars. But I cannot, standing up alone, standing up freestanding for 10 minutes is agony. I mean, and it hurts. And the more I do walking, carrying stuff, heavy stuff, it totally messes me up for days and weeks. It puts me in pain. And so these people, and I didn't know it at the time, these people, between me not knowing much about computers or phones, they could do stuff, and between not being able to walk very fast, I can't, like right now, if I was to hear somebody knock on the front of the garage, I could hit the garage door and I'd go up, but if I had to walk around and I was over here, it might take me 2 or 3 minutes to get out there. By that time, they could be gone. I'd be yelling the whole time. Now, they might not be, because if I'm yelling, hey, hey, I'm coming, But sometimes they can't hear me, and sometimes I can't hear them. And a lot of times people assume that maybe I'm busy in here doing something, and they shouldn't bother me. Or, um, but by the time I can get to them, they're gone. And but these people have learned that, and they decided to use that kind of stuff against me, and that's kind of what's even to this day is going on. They know that I can't. They can be doing something right around the corner here. This wall right here. It's like 4 feet away, but for me to get to that door and walk around here, they know it's going to take me a minute or two to get there. And there are ways they can see me, hear me, and all kinds of stuff. And like right now, you hear that high pitched whine? That's not from the air conditioner or anything. That's some kind of sound generators they have. I'm not sure. I may be getting radiated right now. These people, the thing about people that I don't know how to put it. I don't even want to put it anyway. When they think they're right, the Lord's on their side and they can do whatever they want to. There's no restraints against them. It's kind of like the Spanish Inquisition all over again. They will smite me down because God says they're right, and so they can smite. Whereas if it was me, it'd have to be, hey, wait a minute, I've got to prove this 20 different ways before I can even think about smiting you. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. And so I have to be a lot more circumspect than they do. They can just go around smiting people and get away with it because God says they're right. Now that's pissing them off right there. They're getting ready to smite me some more. They sure are. Go ahead and smite me, man. Hey, let God smite me, man. Come on, man. Mellow out now. This is only part one. We're not even in the first. We're not even in the groove yet. So anyway, so I'm meeting these. I'm introduced to this dude, right? He seems all right. He brings, hey, how you doing? And it was kind of, cool. And I meet this girl, and I didn't even realize I really met her. I knew when she introduced herself again. She goes, "Hi, you remember me?" I said, "Oh yeah, hey, how you doing?" And she was uh, really gorgeous and really nice. And well, we hung out some. I mean, I knew that she had a boyfriend, and it was nice to have somebody to talk to, and she kind of was kind of close, and she was nice. And I tried to help her out, and she seemed nice, and she helped me out too. And so I think that's kind of where it started. I started meeting a few other people, and I didn't realize how interconnected some of these people were, and some of these people were, and I didn't know it until months or even a year or two later. Hey, I didn't know you knew, and because it eventually turned into almost a a weird thing to where if I heard somebody knock or something, I'd say, "Hold on, I'll get it." And I walk to the door, and what do I do there? I'm like, "Huh." I think they were testing out my capabilities in certain ways. Not all. Not all. I think it was a big. When I say conspiracy, I was never ever conspiracy theorist. I know, of course, yes. We all know the government does do evil and bad things. I was never big on that. Well, after the house burned down, and we stayed in a motel for a couple of different motels for a week or so, and then we finally got this house to rent, and I thought, oh, good, it's not that far away. It's and it's good. It's nice, and I have a bed, and I'll just be able to lay down because by this time my hips, because nobody helped me do anything. All these people that said they were going to come help me, never, not maybe once. I mean, this was horrible. And here I am. I'm trying to do stuff, and I'm walking too much, and I know I'm walking too much, and I'm hurting real bad. And when I'm around people that, it was hard not to cuss sometimes. I'm just dying, and I couldn't understand. Well, they're young, and well, they're busy, and I understand that. And then it kind of got consistent. Anything that, it was almost like anything anybody offered to do for me, sure, I'll be there for you. it became a game almost where it did not happen. If they said they would, I knew I was going to get screwed. And it's continued to this day. And it's kind of hilarious too. If it wasn't so serious, if it wasn't me, it didn't affect my life so bad. And I mean, just that it was. Oh, sure, you don't have to worry. Yeah, I don't have to worry about it. You're not going to do a damn thing. Yeah, okay. So anyway, and I can be looked dead in the eye and be lied to, even when I know they're lying, even when they know that I know that they're lying, they know that they know that I know, and they still look me in the eye and just as serious, lie to me. And I'm like, oh my God, how in the hell can you do something like that? I can't understand it. I would smack myself under some of these circumstances. I'm just not good at lying. Not like that. I mean, this stuff's like incredible. I don't know why or how or who or what. Are they bribed? Are they told that if they don't, they'll be shot or something? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot that I don't know, but the stuff that I do know is crazy. Some of the stuff I do know is very scary. One thing I do know is we're here 51 minutes into the broadcast, and I'll be darned. I haven't put any names up here. Right now, we're just now at our timeline. We're in February. I believe it's February. I know it was the spring, and February down here is the spring, really. It's still, our February here is probably like April, like Massachusetts or Maine or upper New York or something. Um, where, it's cold, it's going to warm. You know what I mean? Even in February, we have some warm days. Even if it's cold, during the day when the sun comes out, it'll warm up again. Wow, it is a nice day. But February is usually the harshest month anywhere I've been. I don't care if that's been in New Jersey or Germany or even Florida. February is usually the harshest winter type month. Winter mist and everything down here, and where you have the storms that come through and everything, and the cold. So anyway, that's kind of how I do that. I remember that always. February is usually an easy month to remember with weather for me. Different months have different reminders, February is kind of like that. And I kind of call it spring. March, which is my birthday month. March to me is like, well, it's spring, but you really can't go swimming yet. You got to wait until like Easter's usually when we used to go jump off the railroad trestles out at Fort Ogden, back when the train still went over, and that's when I used to swim there. We go out the railroad trestles around Easter, and that's when, and the water would be usually dark colored like iced tea, and it was cold. And it felt like you were jumping into iced tea. It was cold. It was like usually the first time you really go out there and jump. And the thing about jumping is when you jump from a height, there's no turning back. And you hit that water, and you just got to be ready for it. So anyway, that's kind of how I can date things. Right now, I'm going to take a break. We're going to be back right after these messages. Thank you very much. I've got to get some meat. So we're starting the timeline, I believe, like I said, February 2018. And these people, every one of them, pretty much every one of them, I thought the world of it. I really did. For the longest time. I still think so. I don't know. The things are weird. It's like people I thought were my friends or potential friends, they started getting like almost every single person I could count on not being a friend, pretending to be my friend, not being a friend. And that's what was the thing that really got me, that really, to me, made it weird. I'm used to all most of my life, the hell with that, all my life until this point. Where I usually had decent friends, like, hey, how you doing? I'm not, and then all of a sudden, over a period of almost 3 years, people that I actually we call a friend and respect and everything. I can count them on one hand or less. It's pretty crazy. I've never, ever, ever, ever been like that. Never. I don't know. And it's not normal. It's not me. I'm not out there. I don't know, man. Freaks me out. When the world turned, did I go to a different dimension? Am I in a different parallel universe? I don't know. I don't know. This is not right. Let's break down like 8 across because they got the bone breaker. The bone breaker going. Every time I move it, it'll try to break my bone. I've got to be careful. It's pretty rough. I don't know how they do it. I know some of how they do it. I don't know all of how they do it. I don't know a little bit. Some of it's carnivore attraction, life type stuff. Some of it's well, I can only describe as almost supernatural. Is their God the same as my God? I don't think so. I don't know. My God wouldn't smite me like this. My God would say, okay, we know the truth. Their God, I don't know. Why would their God smite me like this? I just can't understand that. That says that maybe it's not my God. Maybe there was a vengeful, mean God. My God ain't that mean. Human being is that mean. You would at least know the truth, Okay? That's the way I see it. The God doesn't know the truth. How come he would know the truth? He said, don't smite the God. Just tell the truth. No, God doesn't know the truth. So, anyway, they're supposed to be doing all these different stuff. Actually. I'm going to try to walk. I don't know, man. Every time seriously, these guys got to do this. And I don't know where they learn their trade. There was the Spanish Inquisition. The Spanish Inquisition that had better people. Maybe they're from there. I don't know. All I know is they're going to be careful standing up so I don't break any bones. Weird things around here these days. Maybe safest for me just to get over and leave. I mean, it might protect my mom, but I don't know. Found out there's nobody in Charlotte County that I trust at all anymore. I'm going to work with me. Not at all. Try to thanks. Yeah, I can't over there. Grab that, but I'm not recording it. Every day is a pressure and pain for me around here. Oh, gosh. And working. Oh man. Oh man. I guess you guys can't see it. But every step I take as agonizingly, oh God, painful. It's like, I don't know what they're doing. God damn it, it feels like I'm getting hit with something. It's like I'm burning, my skin's burning, my back and everything. I don't know. Like I said, they've got some fancy electricians that think they're all smart. They've got, I guarantee they got listening devices, hidden cameras, I'm not sure. You can make them so small now. I don't think there's anywhere in this house where I have one iota of privacy at all. Not one place. Not one place. And somehow they got something that makes my bones hurt real bad. When I'm walking, it's almost like I'm getting beaten with hammers or baseball bats. This is crazy bad. Now it says I'm live, it says there's people out there, but I kind of find that hard to believe. Now anybody, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you're a county commissioner. I don't give a fuck if you're Jesus Christ. I don't give a fuck if you're the sheriff of the county. I don't mind if you or your deputies or representatives want to come in, and as long as you don't beat me to death or shoot me off camera. If you're gonna do something like that, do it on camera. But if you guys want to come in, I don't mind. I'm not opening the front. I'm not opening the overhead garage door. It's too hot. It's going to be in the 90s here pretty soon. Come over the back door and I'll let you in. I'll even unlock it if you guys want. You can come in and knock, and I ask you to be respectful. I'll try to be respectful to you. It would be better for me if somebody did come in here, because usually when I have people over here, and this is sometimes why I'm so desperate to have people over here, is because when I'm by myself, I get how would I say, assaulted, beat on. When nobody's around, it's a lot worse than if somebody's around. If somebody's around, for some reason they don't want other people to know I got ice cream. I got a burrito. Anyway, plus coffee, Maybe about 2 hours. But anyway, so I started kind of noticing people out, Met this one chick, pretty cool. So I meet this girl. She goes, hey, she's gonna go to rehab, right? I said, okay, well I've been through rehab, and I don't know, younger people, every one of these people is younger than me by 10, or is that me? Is there somebody behind me? No, that's me. Most of these people are around 20 years younger than me. Most of them. Come to find out, they're all interconnected. They all kind of grew up together. That's okay. I mean, at the time I didn't know any of this. But this one chick, she wasn't part of the little grow up ensemble. You know what I mean? And plus, she was a little older, and she was a little more sophisticated in a lot of ways. And it's serious. I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that bad at all. And to this day, I still like her, and I just. Well, anyway, so a lot of these, I started occasionally running to these new people. You mind if? No, that's fine, And some of them, I got really. I don't know. I just my relationships have always been, how would I say, friends are friends. I mean that, friends are friends. And it seemed like a lot of it was fake, and it kind of hurt me really bad. I had no idea for the longest time. And I started looking, and nobody really told me a whole lot. Hear a snippet here and there. Hear a piece of conversation from somebody that didn't realize that my hearing was real good. It's kind of weird. Sorry about this. Well, so in a lot of ways, even here a couple of years later, my feelings are still a little hurt. Um, Still, to this day, if one was to walk up and say, "Hey, how you doing?" I'd still be like a puppy dog wagging his tail. I'd say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I would be hoping that we'd be friends. And God damn it! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss you. Try not to. But when it's me, it's like me. Right now, there's not one person I call up that'll that I can count on to really help me out. Not one person I can count on. It's kind of me against everybody. Nobody's got anything good to say about me. That's kind of crazy, but it's the way it is. A lot of, I don't know why, and a lot of some I don't know why, and some I don't know what. You know what I mean? Why I know. They will run the. We're not there yet. I don't know if it's want to go to a restaurant. Well, you ain't got no teeth. When you ain't got no teeth, like my pappy used to say, boy, some people ain't got nowhere. Oh, my dad never said that. That's kind of funny, though. Some people used to think that. My dad was like that. Heck no. My dad was school teacher. But I can still say that, and I believe me because they look at me. So, anyway, whole neighborhood's up in arms right now. Everybody hates me. I'm vilified. I'm Satan, I guess. I still don't know what they think I've been doing or what I do. Do they think I'm over here conjuring up stuff? Do they think I sneak out at night with my I'm thinking this so I can probably run and I run down the street and steal stuff? I don't know. Number one, I don't steal. I don't steal. Every time I say that, they get real mad at me, and I was like, "Whoa, dude, man, I don't." They don't believe me. No, I know some of these people that are stone cold, way stone cold thieves. And sometimes when they're around me, they make a point of saying, I don't steal. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're the biggest thief in Charlotte County. They get all upset, who says that they know that there's something recording them as you're trying to look at Mr. Goody Two Shoes for some reason. That's just me that they're putting this shit on me. I've heard my name bandied around a few times, just, and it's like, okay. And some of these people are easily bribed with, shall we say, dough. I mean, they let it be known that that's their do-all and end-all. So, certain, not all of them. And then someone come up and you're my friend. I've known them. I've met them 2 times. They're, oh, you're my friend, and yet they steal from you. Or they do something. It's like, why the hell did they do that? And like for the longest time, I still do it. I'm stupid. If I meet somebody, I'm generally the way I am. This way I am. If I'm mad, you're going to know I'm mad. Because I want you to know I'm mad. So that you're not making me mad. That's kind of the point, in my opinion. If I let you know that I'm mad, then you won't do that to me. And the same with you. If you let me know how am I making you mad, but some of these people aren't that way, and I don't kind of like, how can you be that way? I'm not the kind of guy that holds a grudge. I'm not the kind of guy where I think you disrespect me by calling me a hillbilly or a toothless fucking hick or something like that. I'm not that kind of guy that, if you call me a toothless fucking hick, I wouldn't mind, unless I was pissed off and you were pissed off calling me that. And even then, I think I'd say you got to do better than that to make me get mad. But like the Tuesday said, but nah, not even that. I don't have any relatives down there. So what I mean is, I have a slow fuse, but when it's lit, I'm. I want you to know up front that I'm pissed. I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna be like, okay, I'll see you around and shake your hand and then fuck you real hard, stab you in the back. I'm not a backstabber. I'm a face stabber. That's me. It's the difference. But I want you to know when I'm pissed. I want you to know I'm not. I'm not a guy that hides my feelings like that. True like ice cream. Once in a while. Anyway, sitting in the spot right now. So I'm meeting these new people and they're all kind of younger. And I'm thinking, wow, one chick was so cool. These chicks are riding on the back of these rice rockets, man. And wow, dude's doing 80 miles an hour down the road on a wheelie. And this chick's hanging out. Man. She's a counterbalance. It's kind of cool. Man, that's pretty badass. I mean, just the fact that you're there is badass. And then in the wintertime you're wearing the leather with the gloves and all, and you're staying warm. And it rocks. I used to ride motorcycles when I was young, and I think it's cool. We didn't have the rockets back then. The rockets were just coming out about the time I started not riding as much. I had the old whatever, but and they weren't rockets. They weren't the ones we couldn't. But there's always something that's rocking, and so they're always welcome, and I tried to make sure that I kept the place clean, so it wasn't too bad on the floor or anything. I did a pretty good job, but I couldn't keep the whole place clean. And I was sitting here, there was a few people over. I think it was three girls. I, oh God, I got to empty my bucket here in a minute. We're gonna have to go for a break here. I got to finish. I've got water leaking. That means I filled the bucket up, and it's going to go everywhere on the. So anyway, this is one of them internal air conditioners, and so anyway, um, I'm sitting here one night, and I'm on my thing, looking and stuff. And I was like, man, I can't even stand. The hardest thing, mopping, I've got a steam mop. It's like sit down, steam mop an area that I can move, and I can steam mop on the chair. But sweeping, you kind of got to stand up. And I was lamenting the fact that I couldn't even get the whole place cleaned up. And I was really kind of bummed, too. I didn't say it loud, it was night. We were all just everybody's kind of mellow. And this one chick, they kind of looked at each other. I wasn't really paying much attention, but and they got up and they started cleaning up. And that was, the nicest thing everybody done in a long time. And the one chick kept coming back. I might not see her for a few weeks or a month. And she'd come back. She kept cleaning up. So I could finally, this place was fairly cleaned up where you could walk through. You couldn't even get to the front. But she kept up. She come over and she did a little bit of work. She said I had to give her one of my jackets, and I did it. And, it was nice that she did that. And that right there, I haven't really thought of that in a while. That right there there's a nice thing. I could forgive her almost anything. Almost. I think I'll apologize to her. Sorry that I was saying anything bad about you. That was very nice. If you're forgiven for anything, just about. I hope that was not something that's going to kill me. But anyway, these people that they don't seem super rich. They seem like they're all right. They got they dress nice. They look nice. They take care of themselves. They're not I'm serious. Every time they came over, And I thought, well, they got to be doing good. And I would go riding out. I'd go riding out in the boonies, 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. I'd go out there. Sometimes I get a flat tire, and it was a Saturday. I remember it was a Saturday night. And Saturday night, it was like 2, 3 in the morning, and thank God I took extra beer. Sometimes I'd take extra beer. I don't know how many beer I had, and how good I felt or bad I felt. Sometimes if I was only going to ride around for maybe 2 beers worth, I might take 4 beers because you have the extra beers. I got a big basket on my bike. Got the extra beers to keep the beers cold, so it stays colder longer. It's hot in the summertime, even at night, and humid as hell. And I always had bug spray, because the mosquitoes will eat you. So I'm riding around out there, and I got a flat or something, and I got all these um, people's phone numbers and stuff, and I'm texting them, everybody. I mean, there's like 6, 7 people I had, and I texted every single one. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning. Now, every one of them at 2 or 3 in the morning on a Saturday night was going to be awake, and I knew that, and they knew that. Every one of them, every single one, never texted back. They totally ignored, not a peep. Here I broke down out in the movies. I'm texting them. I had a flat tire. I'm out, out my rain tree. I'm sitting on the side of the road. I really need to ride. I can't. You can't do anything. Usually with my bike, when you get a flat tire on the back, even on the front, you go pushing. There's so much weight on the back with the batteries and the motor and everything that the tire comes off and then it wraps around everything and you can't walk anymore. Anyway, usually that happens within 100 yards or so. So usually it's best just for me to just sit there and make phone calls. So here I am, and not one person even texted me back. They never even not one. I'm sitting out there, I'm thinking, well, man, I'm starting to run low on beer. I only got one more left. And I had to use my old trunk car. And hope to hell Mom was awake and would answer the phone, and she did. And she came and rescued me. And I couldn't believe it. But that was the beginning of, that was kind of the starting point of where I could never, ever, if I needed someone, I wasn't going to get it. And that's what it was. Can you help me with my computer? Because back then I was a lot less astute than I am now. Thanks to a few people, I learned more, and I'm not as scared. If I can get into it, I used to get into these sites. The next thing you know, I'm like 5 deep in there, and I don't know. Do I have to spend? I didn't know what to do. How do I get out? Sometimes I get lost and I lock it up or something stupid. Or it's like, how do I get here? How do I get out? Well, eventually I learned that it's not always that hard to get out. You start pressing the X's and stuff. So it took me a while to learn that. Back then I didn't know all that stuff, and I have to ask somebody, hey, how do I do this? I don't know how. And guess what? I might not hear from them for 3 or 4 days. Guess what? I might not be able to use my laptop for 3 or 4 days until they showed up. And I said, hey, oh yeah, I'm there. Thank you. I didn't know how to do it. And I was serious because, boy, I was sure showing how inept I was at computers. And, well, they knew that too. Now, up until, I think a week or so ago, I put some app, a communications app, what do you call it, social media crap app, on my thing that connects to a big name social media thing, which I've never, ever used. And I think maybe I might be on there somewhere ghosted by somebody else. And when I say ghosted, I mean like somebody has an almost exact replica of I say my phone's ghosted. When I say my phone's ghosted, if I dial anything or I input anything on it, it automatically shows up on somebody's phone somewhere. If my phone's off or charging is dead, and I pick it up and it turns on, somebody else's phone is alerted, or my phone is ghosted to where they know exactly what I'm doing at all times, where I'm at, everything. And there have been a few times where I have accidentally left my phone here by accident, and been so far down the road that I was like, no, I don't know if I have enough range to get where I'm going and back, so I'm not turning around, and I don't need it. I'm just going anyway. To where I think I may have actually had 10 or 15 minutes of time to myself. Now I think my bicycle itself is bugged, and well, I think it has been for a long time. I've got so much crap on it, so much electrical on it. It's kind of hard to tell where or what. I mean, I'm not up on the totally on the electronics or the bugs or what they do or anything. Some of these people are. I'm not. I mean, just never had a use for it. A working man. What am I going to do with a tracking device? Track what? Somebody else come in there. Knock. So, somebody here, you want to come in? Somebody's here, they can come right out. I have no problem. Knock, please. I got to check the door. I don't know. It sounded like something, but then again, it could have been just me. And these things are, stuff here freaks me out. I wish I knew how to get rid of them. They're like from another dimension or something. Is it from a parallel world? Some weird or something? I don't know. Kind of, well, it hurts. I mean, I'm going to have to get some samples because sometimes, like right now, it's, how would I say, they're not visible. But when, after a while, sometimes they'll show them to be visible. And they're really freaking, they're really scary, and they really bother me. And I don't know what to do, and it scares the hell out of me. And they know that. And that's one of the reasons I say I don't like sleeping at night because I wake up to a house of horror. And I do. I've woken up to people in my room, to people I have, I have been almost asleep. And I just happened to open my eyes and seen weird things that were scary. And I kind of coughed a little bit, rolled a little bit, and it doesn't make me feel good. I'm not scared of a whole lot of things, but I do get freaked out occasionally, especially when I know it's me and there's nobody on my side. It's all me. And like since this broadcast has been going on, I've been getting continually beat on. I don't know. I don't know what they're using. I'm hurting really bad. This is like a daily occurrence every day. At night, if I start feeling relaxed and say, oh, maybe I can lay down for a little while, things start where I can't even lay down and relax. And so I can't sometimes even stand being around. And that's why a lot of times, sometimes I have to go ride. I have to get away from here. It's the pain, it hurts, and somehow it hurt me. And I don't know how. And I don't really have any help. People will, sometimes I'll get a hint by people making rude or snide comments that they think are funny, I guess. And oh, hey, to go to the park across the road and check it out. I'm like, man, I can't even walk out of the driveway. How am I going to go over there? Stuff like that. And it's like, well, they know. I don't know. That tells me where their hearts lie. They're not mobility like they said they were. Kind of stuff kind of hurts, when you're. I expect people to kiss my ass, but damn, let me meet you on an even keel. I'm not out to screw anybody. I think that all the work I've done, living here, not once did I ever try to outright screw somebody over. There have been times, I think, when one or two people had, hey, that's not exactly what I wanted, where I had to go and put more time into it. And I never bitched about losing money. I never said, well, screw him because I had to do some extra work. Well, okay, if I didn't know, okay, well, I'll take care of it. I'm sorry. But I always tried to I never tried to do just a fast job and walk away and ka-ching. I never did that. I always tried to make sure at least the guy felt he was getting an honest job, and it was, he wasn't getting screwed or ripped off, Because, it's kind of like if you go to buy a house and pay $1 million for a 2-bedroom cracker box, yeah, hey, go. That kind of deal, I never tried to do something, pull the old switch-o change over anything. But I've had that done to me quite a bit in the last couple of years, big time. And, it just kind of, um, it's almost like there was someone directing a lot of these people, and I don't know who the directors are, and I don't know why exactly. I know some of it. I know some of it's to hide other activities that these people can, if they're doing what they what they do, and they don't tell me straight what they're doing. I guess because it doesn't matter because they're blaming me for it. I guess. I'm serious. I'm serious about that. I think a lot of things have been done that have been attributed to me that I haven't done. And I just happen to be the cussingest guy in the county, so that makes me look even worse. And these people are just like, murder the state. If I would have had the concession the last couple of months on the pitchforks and torches thing, I mean, I'd make a ton of money. I just want that. Give me the pitchfork and the torch concession. I'll be out there like with an ice cream truck. Yeah, hell yeah. Some too, they'd be lining up down the street. Got, got the old, what was that, Frankenstein or something movies. They all got their old torches and pitchforks. Where do you get them pitchforks from? We brand new, and I can sell them to them. Go down to Lowe's, they're sold out. Man. I'm not sure how you make torches. I mean, I guess figure out how to make them. Maybe, here we go, cattails, and you dip them in kerosene, I think, and wrap them around a big old stick. Here, torches are only $2 a piece. You need a light, it costs $20. Yeah, they burn the county. I get away. Now there goes all the profit on the concession. Playing grass again. But so before the fire, I'm not. This was February, and this girl who I still. I'll tell you what. No, I'm not going to go there. No siree. But to this day, she would walk up to me, and I would kiss her butt, and I would not. If I might say something, but I'm not the kind that holds a grudge forever. But I still trade hair products with her. I swear I would. And be smiling while we did and talk about the things that's been going on. And I wished her good luck, or whatever. I'd be truthful about it. But well, anyway, one of those girls, I think she said she was going to rehab or something, and I've been through rehab years ago, and it helps out. And I told my dad, I said, Dad, they want me to go to rehab. He goes, yeah. He goes, do you drink a lot? And I said, yeah, I know, Dad, but 6 months. And he goes, well, you do drink a lot. I said, yeah. And he said, take the good, and he goes, leave the bad. That's an old man, I'm sitting there like, oh man, I'm bummed out, So the night before I go to rehab, it was for drinking, basically. And here I am the night before with my girlfriend, and I'm drunk off my ass. And she takes me home, pours me into bed at like 4 in the morning or whatever. And I wake up, I'm supposed to be there at like 9 in the morning. I wake up around 11. I'm like, ugh. Finally get there, my dad drove me. Finally get there around 3 in the afternoon. Thank God they were kind of nice. I mean, they were. And he knew I was still drunk and everything. But I mean, it was, so I've been through rehab. So, anyways, she goes to rehab and she's texting me. And it was kind of nice, hey, hey, she going up and texting me and everything. So, anyway, she's gone for a while. And I'm thinking, I'll see her whenever she gets back. And then um, well, she got back. I think it was like September or something like that. September, and well, I hadn't seen the one guy for a while. Um, he had, everybody kind of goes their separate ways and everything, and so I didn't really have. I kind of gotten away from everything. Like drug wise and everything. My normal drinking self. I used to drink quite. Really, hey man, when you're poor, and you got $5 net, $5, $6, you can get a pack of cigarettes and a 4 pack of beer. And well, four 16-ounce beers, and after you eat dinner, hey, I forgot I had that flashlight down there. Four, what's this? Ooh, I'm scared. Ooh, I'm scared anyway. But anyway, with 4 16-ounce beers, get you a buzz, you drink all the time, For them, well, a nice buzz, and so when I was poor, I was like, yeah, $5 a day, I can get at least a beer or two, um, and so I wrote this girl, I'm like, hey, how you doing? It's good to see her, I haven't seen her in a little while. She told me about her adventures, and I was telling her about mine, and which one of mine, same old, you know, same old thing. She goes, well, hey, she asked me, and she was a little surprised that this one guy didn't stop by every once in a while and say hi, and all. I said, I wasn't worried about it, people are busy, I know how it goes. And, I knew they were a lot younger. Who wants to stop by and see an old man, Well, let me tell you, I wasn't as old then as I am now, But, it's not like it's that long ago either. But, looks wise and feeling wise. But, she said she might help me out and that, uh, just, she wasn't, but she knew somebody. And so it seemed to be a pretty cool, she wasn't doing anything, it was cool, way cool. And so that's kind of how I coasted for a little while, maybe. And I think she did start doing some, she disappears sometimes, and when people disappear sometimes, uh, me, I never really disappeared much because, when you work every day, which I used to do, it's just, I had continuity, where, if I was around, hey, and, she would, I know she'd be home, and I knew I'd see a car, and I wouldn't see her, but, she'd be, probably sleeping or this or that, but feeling good. I'd be like, okay, you know, I knew that she had a boyfriend, but I don't know, they were broke up or she wasn't seeing him or something at the time. I don't know. And, and finally, I got to meet this one girl, and it was the greatest thing. What are you doing? You're crazy. You making fun of me? Well, anyway, I got to meet this one girl, and I kind of really liked her too, Uh, I used to have a whole bunch of old Alice Cooper. I'm an Alice Cooper freak. I had I used to have a bunch of those cassettes back in the cassette days, and they all got eaten. And then I used to go yard sailing, and lo and behold, I find a lot of Alice Cooper albums for sale at yard sales. I don't know why. I guess the people got older and they thought, oh, I'm not going to listen to Alice Cooper anymore because I'm too mature. And guess what? I wasn't, so I'd buy them. And I had a whole bunch of the albums that I had previously had on cassette tape. And boom, they were so cool, man. It was nice to have the albums. And then, of course, uh, they all disappeared, but I still love Alice Cooper. And that kind of rock and roll. And when we were kids, man, I was in elementary school. We loved them. The older kids were like, he's singing about dead people. We were like, yeah, we know he ain't that way. And we were little Alice Cooper freaks. And we were, and it was pretty cool. It was. And the big guys, they thought we were crazy. The big guys thought we were crazy. And they tried to scare me. Get out of here. We know Alice is rocking, man. He was on. They had Alice Cooper on Variety Show in 1976. What the heck? Alice? All right. So, man, I watched it too. And, well, anyway, so I've always been an Alice Cooper freak. And I'm sitting here one night, and it was the age of the dinosaurs. And if you don't know about the dinosaurs, I'm not going to tell you right now. That's a whole separate dinosaurs, a whole different thing. But anyway, so it was the time of the dinosaurs, and that's a certain weather type thing, and it was kind of foggy out and cool. And I was mopping, and I don't know why I wasn't using the steam mop. Was I? No, I wasn't using the steam mop for some reason. I was using regular mop, so I had to mop. I know what it was. It was so dirty in here. For some reason, I spilled like 2 or 3 beers and a coffee at a time. And I was really, I like to have it clean so I could sit on the concrete. So I had to mop it. Well, it was like 1 in the morning, and I'm mopping away. Alligators. No, it's dinosaurs. No, it wasn't alligators, it was dinosaurs. I never told you about dinosaurs? I thought I did. Well, anyway, so it's dinosaur time, and dinosaurs is usually when it's kind of foggy. And so I'm in here mopping. I got Alice Cooper on, but it's kind of low. It's foggy outside, kind of like American Werewolf of London, where they're out on the moors, and you're like, what was that? Well, and here comes this chick walking up, and I've got Alice, and I'm kind of singing along real low, she comes up, and I'm looking at her, and she's singing along, Alice Cooper, perfect. And I'm like, my God, I said, you sing Alice Cooper? And she goes, oh, hell yes. Oh my God. And so me and this girl hit it off so good because, and it wasn't just Alice Cooper, there was a whole bunch of other also. It was great. And I haven't seen her in a long time, and I sure do miss her. I also miss my secretary. Damn it, she makes me laugh. Crazy woman. But I don't know if back then it was to me anyway. And I feel kind of stupid now, but I only feel stupid because I was stupid. I didn't know, and I guess I trusted people too much, and even now I'm still getting burnt. I'm still maybe I'm just an older generation or something that. Well, how are your neighbor and something like that? I don't know, but still, I try not to be. I try to let me being burned so bad turn me into a total dick. Just because my life sucks, I don't want to make somebody else's life suck, unless they're making my life suck. That's kind of different. So, what are you doing? Ding, ding. What? What's the ding, ding? Are you saying what? Take a break or what? And that's when Randy fell over everyone? Fell over, what do you mean? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. But, don't you have to go to the dentist or something? Wish you'd come over. Yeah, I know that. You're right. But not everybody sucks, and not everybody sucks all the time. If I could find somebody that, I don't care if they suck sometimes, I can carefully suck sometimes to me, but just don't suck all the time. That's what I'm talking about. Some people are just, ah, she was right. And I hate to admit that, but she's all right. Stupid spell check. I ain't been in love in a long time. And, well, shoot. And how it's true. And hell, she probably would have done something like killed me or something anyway, you know? Shoot. And, way to go. Um, so anyway, oh man, I got where are you at anyway? Why don't you come over? Let's go over, you know, we can hang out. Same terms apply. You're gonna never, you know what? Check this out, Miss Beth. Well, last weekend I locked myself out of my bedroom by accident, and you know how the interior doors. A lot of times you can get a quarter or something, you can open it up. You know, I couldn't open the door, and I'm sitting there. Well, maybe it takes a key, and I went and I got the keys and stuff. No, it just you're supposed to turn it and it's supposed to open. Well, I couldn't get it open. Well, I had to go in there and kind of, how I open doors with a hammer and a flat bar or whatever, bam. And so I was locked out of my room for like 2 or 3 nights, to where I didn't bust in there. And oh well, yeah, okay, you might be right. You might be right. You might be right. I think she kind of thinks she did like me. I hope. But, I mean, like honestly, you know, I mean, because goddamn, I liked her, and I hadn't seen her, and I wouldn't know. Who after all the crap and you've seen a lot that I've been through. I mean, I don't know if I can ever trust anybody anymore like that. You're one of the few people I kind of do trust. You know, that's honest. I mean, let's see, the people I trust I can count on one hand. And maybe I don't know. I don't know who. I know that. Fine. You're it as far as trust goes. Um, I mean, so I'm serious about that. So anyway, where was I? We were talking about dinosaurs, and then uh, I told her about the dinosaurs too, and I was serious about those dinosaurs. Um, and some of them weren't dinosaurs. Some of them were more like Precambrian life forms. Some were Mesozoic, maybe era or something. You know. Uh, and I know some of it was due to too much too much intoxicants, you know. Like, wow, man, groovy daddy-o. Of course, I don't ever say groovy daddy-o except once in a while. But anyway, we don't just buck it out. I'm going to take a break. Are you going to come back? Sir, oh, I know. Well, you know what happens if I go out? If I go out, and some places I go, I don't want to get a pack of the, if they don't have mine, and I need a pack, like if I go, oh, I forgot mine, then sometimes I'll buy a pack. And that's why. And I'm starting to get used to them kind of a little bit. I couldn't smoke them for a long time. I used to give them all away, you know. But now I'm kind of got. You don't smoke that much nowadays, do you? I hope you're all right. You worry me when I don't hear from you sometimes. Sometimes I think you're running off to Italy or something, you know. You think I'm kidding? I'm being serious about that. Sometimes when I don't hear from you, I'm like, okay, I know who she's talking to, and then I I find out you're not, and I'm just like, wow. And I, you know, I and hey, I talk. Okay, okay, but you know, I do, do, I do ask when I hear certain things from you. I do inquire and I do firmly ask, "Are you fucking with her?" And I get an honest response, "No," and I should be. And I'm like, "Well, I don't know," you know, and I'm told, "You're right." And I'm like, "Okay," but I think I get an honest response usually from the one quarter. Now, that's the only person that I really talk to now, and that's only occasionally. And usually she's asking why I'm so freaking crazy. You know what I mean? Who says she knows more than she lets on, which is fine with me, But gosh, I got it rough sometimes. I mean, I've got it real rough. Like right now, if I stand up to go walking, um, my bones are gonna hurt. I mean, my bones hurt. My bones are hurt. How do they make my bones hurt like that? I mean, right now I'm thinking about standing up, and my bones are starting to hurt, and my lower back, and my hips, and the bones in my leg, and I have to lean on. This is here for a reason. I'm not here. This is here to help support me. This is bad right now, and I can't explain it by a lot of things that I know, and I freak out sometimes, and I hate being on, and you know that. And I mean, I just, um, I'm surprised I haven't gone. I've never been like this in my life. I've never had something that I couldn't face, that I couldn't walk up to and say, "Hey, let's take care of this," whether it be one or the other, um, and say, "Hey, let's discuss this." The older I get, the more I would rather, "Hey, how you doing? Got a problem? Let's work it out." And I haven't been able to do that in the last couple of years, and it's not for lack of trying. It's for I get ignored. I get I don't know why. I don't know what exactly motivates these people. I know some of it is got to do with things, but it doesn't explain everything. It freaks me out, because um, when I say something about somebody, I say, "Well, she's as honest as she can be," and I appreciate that. And I know that I'm not. She's not 100% honest with me, but I don't go into those areas. She's honest as she can be with me, and I appreciate that. And I can tell when she really says things um, that she means and everything. I've got your pictures up. Remember you showed me that one thing I drew and wrote and everything. Now I've got your skull and crossbones over here that you drew that says no something on it. I got it on the TV over here. Oh, listen to this, Beth. You got to hear this. This is too funny. This is absolutely hilarious. Now, I had that TV at the other house that had the CD player that was built into, or the DVD player that was built into the back of it, right? It was little. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show it to you. I got it right here. As a matter of fact, because it's too hilarious. I about defecated in my pants. This is great. I don't know. I don't know who did it. I'll knock over too much stuff. remember this? Remember this little TV right here? And it had the DVD player where you slide it in the back, Well, anyway, we got it over here, and I was like, man, I got my one TV over here that I had hooked up to this, for the big screen and everything, which I can't get hardly anything to work nowadays. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I really am. So I just, it's not just me. There's outside factors. But so I said, well, I can get this little thing. If I have some DVDs, and I'm telling people, hey, if you got any DVDs, bring by something so I can have it on background. I can have it even with the volume off. Sometimes I can have it in the background or turn down low. When I'm doing other things. Well, anyway, so I went and I bought a couple of DVDs at the local store where I go, and kind of background. I didn't really look at them. I just say, oh, okay. Well, I still haven't watched them because I don't have a DVD player now. But I got this TV and I hooked it all up. And see, it's got video one in here. I may even hook it up to this, but it didn't work. So I don't know. I'm doing something wrong. But anyway, so I'm sitting here, I got it all set up. I got this little workbench on this. I'm still building. I haven't done it yet. I'm not done with it. I got to put the screws in and put the vise on. And it's going to look rocking. I'm going to show you when I'm done. I may even do that. We may take a break after this because I'm not quite. This may take longer than I thought as far as getting through the story because it's too funny because I'm so tangential, you know what I mean? It's like zing, I fly off into the orbit. But anyway, so here I got this TV and I set it all up. I'm like, wow, far out again. I ain't seen a DVD like this in a long time. And I'm trying to put the DVD in the back here and I'm like, oh, where is this? On the other side. And I turn it around. Guess what? Somebody pulled the old switch old change off and had the same TV, but it doesn't have a DVD player on the back at all. And I'm like, what? How the heck did that happen? So, and how long have we've lived here a couple of months and, we didn't have it, I didn't worry about it because I got my own setup out here. And I couldn't believe it. Here I was, and I took like an hour, cleaned the spot, made a spot for it. And son of a bitch, they done pulled the old switcho change on me. It was so slick, it was incredible. I don't know which one did it, but I got it narrowed down to like two or maybe three, but really down to two because I don't know if the one's too smart, to do that, but she might be. I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there going, where is it? Where is it? It's got to be on. I look around, there ain't no DVD player on this one. Gosh darn it, I got to. Can you believe they did that? And I haven't seen any of them either. I haven't seen any of them to say, hey, did you do this? Because, none of them's going to admit it. It's going to be funny as hell. Because the one's going to say, it took them that long. What a dumbass. Hey, I split dyed my hair. Did you see that? You saw that, didn't you? Well, I got to darken this again, because, it stays pretty good, but it kind of looked good, and I didn't realize I watched Eon Flux with Scarlett Johansson, and she rocks, and it was like I was like, hey, that's almost the same freaking hair that I had, whatever. Can you believe somebody did that? But they pulled the old switcho change on me, and that was so slick because here it is, like what, 3 months later. And I take all that trouble. I go in the house and I get it and I bring it out here and I set it all up. And I'm like, yeah, where is it? I know it's here. No, there ain't one on there. They just ain't made for it. I thought that was hilarious. So anyway, where are you getting blood work done? You got up there or down here? Not the mall. No, that was your eyes. Walking around blind. Oh, check this out. I got that yesterday. I hadn't even still got a tag on and everything. I just got it from our friend Deborah. She's always real nice to me. I like her. She treats me with respect, and I do. It's two-way street. We're about the same age, I think, and get along. Because we're on kind of the same wavelength. When I first walked in there, I said, she said, hi, I'm Deborah, I'm the owner. I said, hi, Deborah. I said, do you have anything in here for white people? And she said, oh, yeah, we do. She goes, white people money spent is just as good as black people money. I said, good answer. We've been friends ever since that. I thought it was great the way she put that. So anyway, what are you? Did you take off on me? I'm Beth. if you can ever get over here, even help me out for a couple hours, it'd be a big help, and I'd make sure I got you home. I'd even send a limousine for you if you wanted. You know, like I like the. It'd be nice, even if you come over here 2 or 3 hours and help me with some of the electronic stuff that I have. You know how to do that I don't know how to do, and take a look at my phone. Like there was something on my phone. Oh, you okay? Okay, you saw that where you said it looked like my phone bill was $70. No, what happened was when I went to pay my bill, and this is how that came up on there. I was sitting out here in the garage, as a matter of fact, and I punched in my stuff. And as soon as I put my bill in, that flashed back on there on the screen. Somebody, if you look at the time thing on there, somebody had just before they did it before I did mine, and they had the other thing. And so, am I out $35? Is what I was wondering. And you said it looks like somebody ganked me for $35 because I tried calling the company that I get my phone service through, and I never got connected right with them because they want to do everything automated, and I get frustrated and I got lost and everything. And you're not even listening anymore, are you? But anyway, I could use some help with that, because $35 is not a whole bunch of money, but when you're poor, it is, and being poor sucks. I knew some rich guys when I was in college. They had one of the things, poverty sucks, where the guys sitting on a Rolls Royce, you know what I mean? And that was their credo. They were the rich kids, Poverty sucks. They lived on the beach, in Daytona. They used to surf and everything. For some reason, I hung out there sometimes. It's pretty cool. Well, anyway, I think this is going to be more than a three-part series. It's going to be a little longer. Right now, gosh, it's going on noontime. I've got to go and I've got to make lunch. I'm making tuna fish sandwiches, and I hope, and if I can survive, I'm going to try to come back either later today or tonight or tomorrow or something to continue this. Now, I haven't put any money out there. I haven't done anything, and I've always tried to be fair. I feel that I've tried to be fair, and I've been treated very unfairly. I don't think that's fair. I don't care. And I think a few God-fearing people out there, for some reason, I don't think it's you so much. I believe that you believe what you believe, and that's fine with me, and I don't push you down for that. But I wasn't yelling and screaming obscenities and everything for any reason except I thought that I was being treated very unfairly, and I still think I am. I still right now think I am. And I see that somebody is bamboozling you people, and it's not me. It's not me. And that's why I think what I think. And if I say I'm telling you the truth, I'm telling you the truth. So anyway, I'm going to eat lunch. I'm going to try not to cuss too much. And I'm going to try not to, Beth, what, up here, what? Oh, you're going to get your blood work done? Okay. I wish I could go up there. I don't think right now I have the range. If I was to, get all my batteries in order, maybe late tonight or something, maybe I would have to, speak with you electronically or whatever, electronically, because I can't yell that far, But yeah, my bike. What is today? Monday? Is today Monday? Is today Monday? I don't know where my phone is. Oh, here it is. I have my. I lose this phone. Every time I go out and I try to buy a smartphone, they always give me a stupid phone, It keeps getting lost. Stupid phone is always getting lost. So anyway, this girl, check this out, Beth. I got this, I think, Russian stripper over on the west coast of the United States was trying to hit me up for money. Should I send her some? Yeah, send her some money. She says she wants to come here and love me for a long time. Says she's, you know, I think she sees my age and everything, and she thinks sugar daddy, and I ain't been nobody's sugar daddy. I don't think I can consciously send her money. I don't have that much. I think she's got a wrong impression on me. I think she sees the age and everything. She just thinks I'm like some rich guy or something. I wish I was. I'd send her a ticket and tell her to get over here. Okay, show me what you got. I'll be your agent. Hey, look at this. I had the poster over here, and this is my area where I'm going to put up all kinds of stuff. And I took my poster down. You know which poster? The one where I want to be somebody's agent. All I want is 10%, and that's all I want. That and I just want to go to the after parties and stuff. They got free food and everything. Free food is fun. Even if you lose, we have a good time. But you can make some money. Come on, I'll be your agent. No problem. Serious. Think about it. And that's not the only place in town. There's everywhere from Sarasota and Bradenton all the way down. The whole west coast of Florida up in the coast. Go around. Oh, there's, yeah, my name's, think about it. You think I can do it? I can do it. I wouldn't mind doing that. And I wouldn't, ever cheat you. I would never disrespect you. I would advocate for you is what I would do. I would push for it. Look, guys, if you don't give her top billing, I want to see her name at light search, right? And we're not doing it. And you'd be like, you better do it. I need that money. All right. Yeah, sure we can do it. And you can rock. I know you can. I got faith in you. Damn right I do. So, anyway, I guess I'm going to sign off and, uh, no, I just read what you said. I haven't even spoken to her at all. Not once. As a matter of fact, her boyfriend, uh, he disappeared and she disappeared, and I talked to royalty. Of course, I think you know what I'm talking about. And she said that she thinks they left town, which says to me nothing at all because that doesn't mean anything at all. But I haven't seen or heard from either one of them at all, and that kind of breaks my heart. But it also, God, it's kind of scary too. Like I really was looking forward to saying hi to her and everything. Well, the fact that certain things are in flux, it kind of freaks me out. When I don't hear from certain people for extended periods of times, it makes me worried that they're out there. Um, Kind of made me look bad. God knows I look bad enough on my own. I mean, look at me. I'm a wreck. I'm gonna watch. I want to see Natalie Portman. All right. Oh, holy crap. Let me see what's going on. Here we are. Let's see. Yeah. Well, what do you think? I guarantee you. So, when Kimberly says, really, I would appreciate it, darling. I can't sing the West Coast. I mean, come on. I'm a dumbass sugar daddy. It's one thing, no cussing. Oh, I'm trying. Look, I can't. I wish I was uh, rich enough to be a sugar daddy. And that's you know, I just seems like every time I try to help somebody, um, I get beat down, thrown under a bus, stabbed in the back, kicked, something. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. I'm sorry, sir. I tried to help you. I'm not busting your butt. Good, no cuss. Tuesday. Today's today's not Tuesday. It's not. So it's Tuesday. Man, I got to get down to the bike shop and get my chain fixed. And, oh man, it's a real pain. I'm gonna have to do it though. I got to get my chain fixed. And actually, I need another tire because I got one of them tires where it rides like a hobby horse, and that gets old. So I'm gonna have to buy a new tire. That was $20. The chain's no problem. It's just got to break it down for me a little bit. He made it too long. I'll put it in there Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday, huh? I should have known that. Well, yeah, yeah, I got to get down there. Time is 95%, 35%. So it's high noon. So high noon, I'm gonna go make some tuna fish sandwiches. You can call me. I hardly ever hear your voice anymore, and it's kind of weird when I talk to you. That when we talk, on the phone, I talk. But it's like, wow, we used to sit and hang out and talk and draw pictures and stuff and color. I got some cool coloring books. You want a coloring book? Let me show it to you too, because it's actually pretty cool. I'm just I got all kinds of cool pens and markers and stuff. I guess I still think about you, and I go, I need that. I'm gonna buy that. So I got, I got a million cigar boxes. Every time I go over that way I always want to go by there and stop and get cigar boxes. I always try to get the coolest ones. So you or your daughter or anybody needs one, you can always feel free to say, hey, can I have that? And shoot, you can have anything you want. Let me show you this coloring book. It's pretty cool, man. It's got some good stuff. Ugh. I got my air conditioner going. Oh crap! Why? Oh, I forgot about the bucket. You got me talking and man, I'm gonna talk. So people that oh man, we don't get electrocuted. Man, you got bug breaker on. Trying to find that. Here it is, right here. It's a good thing that I looked. I can hardly stand up, man. It's like that bad. I don't know how they do it. What do we got? I can't hardly move. I really don't know how they do it. It's really that bad too. My legs and my back and my hip hurt so bad when I stand up. It's really bad. Say it's bad. It's called advanced coloring. It's for it says miracles happen every day. Yeah, okay. Even miracles take time. Yeah, right. All things possible if you believe. Yeah, right. Miracles just around the corner. Yeah, not my corner. Um, Here's one. Impossible is just an opinion. They got all this really cool colored stuff. You can make your little. You can always color over there. Say, I would put something there like "kiss my ass" or something. I mean, but what? Yeah, it does. Peace, love, and hair grease. Hey, man, I need some. Yeah, come on. Well, you know how. Yeah, I know. Well, hey, I used to be a deadhead. Well, no, I still am. You're always a deadhead. You said that. Everybody says that. Well, it is true. I was getting into the dead there for a while, and I was like, I still am. I mean, some of these songs I hear, And I haven't heard them for 30 years, 40 years. I haven't heard them since I was a kid when I was listening to them. And some of them just tear me up. And then some are like, wow. And there's songs that'll start to play. I'll be like, man, I hadn't heard that song in 30 years at least. And well, I don't want to hear it right now. you know. And sometimes it's hard to get into that, that just kind of feeling good, back when love was love. And this is pretty cool. I like says life is a miracle, and it's kind of got that moon and everything there in the sky. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Um, there, I was trying to get back, and I did get. It made me feel good to hear some of that music. I used to have a whole bunch of their albums. When I was a kid, I used to love going to the record store and buying a Grateful Dead album. I was into Grateful Dead. I was into Alice Cooper, and when I was a little kid, and I got a little older, and I started getting into Grateful Dead really heavy. And nobody else, nobody around me was into the Dead. I was the only person I knew that was a Deadhead. It was kind of cool. I was the only Deadhead around. And then all of a sudden, I had a whole bunch of albums. And, we didn't have YouTube or anything where you could, listen to anything you wanted to. And so, then when I started having YouTube where I could get any song, that's why I listened to it. That's why I love it so much. Any song that I wanted, all I had to do was remember it, and I could type it in. Wow, and then I started seeing a little bit of the Dead coming up, and I didn't want to listen to it. Then I started listening to it, and I was like, oh my God. I was in junior high. I was in my teens, early teens when I was into that stuff, I was like, wow, the memories. I could remember what I was doing. I could remember the smell of the glue as I was putting together wooden model airplanes. I was like, wow, I remember that stuff, And it was so cool. And I'm so freaking old now. I'm like, how did Big B say it? I swear he did too. You're older than dog shit. That's what he said to me that one day. How old are you? And I told him, he goes, you're older than dog shit. And I said, hey, that's what I would say. It was. Well, now, I so anyway, I'm going to wrap it up because it's lunchtime and I am kind of hungry and I do want to get something to eat and not get electrocuted. Probably should mop up what's been spilled everywhere and the earthquake machine's going. We're supposed to be. Florida's one of the most tectonically stable places on Earth because we sit on, allegedly, but somehow right here now it used to happen on Fringe over there, and you know that. But it also happens over here. It must be like within just a small area where, all of a sudden it's like earthquake city, And I've been to ask the seismologist about that, and the seismological society of Florida, because we do not have that very many earthquakes. But it seems like sometimes places I go that I wish I had somebody from California here to just experience these seismic events and tell me what the hell they think. I bet I could go to California, go through like a force 8, whatever they call that thing, earthquake, with 4.8 on the Richter scale, and I'd be like, I'm worse than that in my bedroom here, and oh, so it is kind of weird. Strange things. Some of them can be attributed to. Hey, I know. Send me another picture. I saw that. You have some funny books too, really? Check your phone. Okay. You're killing me. No crap. Now, Have you noticed that you're ghosted on my phone also? As in, recently, as in suddenly all of a sudden your name came up paired with somebody else's name where I didn't do it, and I didn't think I did it unless I butt dial a lot. But by accident, and all of a sudden your name came up paired. I don't know how, and some of the texts that I send, I don't send any texts to you on the other one. That it's weird, and you just came up paired up with somebody else, which is fine. I mean, whoa, but I don't know why, and I'm not going to worry about it. But things are strange sometimes around me, and I need some help and advice once in a while. I'm looking. Oh, I remember you showed me that. I think you showed me. Holy moly! Eat. You're crazy. Oh my god. You're. I like yes. I I show the camera, but well, it's not like I'm allowed. You know, no kids, so I can say what I want. But I mean, I'm trying not to be so rude. That's freaking funny. Are you sick? Are you sick, young lady? You know, what would your what about your daughter? Come on, man. Has she seen that? That's hilarious. I think you said this was. No, she needs to know where to get. That's hilarious. Well, I'm going to wrap things up. Miss Weinrich, I could use your help anytime if you can ever get over here. And I would send a limo for you. I really would. Uh, like in the morning, I can have you home. I guarantee, in, on time, in time to pick up the kid and everything. I promise. And I don't make promises lightly, and I try to keep them when I do. And so I'm glad I got this opportunity. Uh, Hell, it's the most I've socialized with somebody I really like, and know that I'm walking away without getting beat in the head with a 2x4 or something stupid. So you're always welcome here, and you know that. If you need to just get away for a while, you're welcome to come over. I don't mind. And you know that the same rules apply. Except, oh no, forget it. I'm not even going to be a dick. Beth, I'll see you, all right? I hope. And I miss you. And I'll see you guys, all right?